What's good, guys? Today, today we're gonna be breaking down Deiveson Figueiredo versus Petr Yan. In-depth breakdown. This is the in-depth breakdown where we go in-depth on both sides, the grappling department, the striking department, and different clinics that these guys can approach with, different game plans that these guys can approach each other with, and how these different habits that these guys have can lead into this fight and the exchanges in this fight. We're gonna go over Petr Yan first, and then we're gonna go over Deiveson Figueiredo. We're gonna make sure to give these guys credits as well. This guy, shout out to this guy. He made a nice thread over Petr Yan, and we're gonna get right. So let's get into Petr Yan. I want to make sure that all of this is good. Some notes about Petr Yan and his clinching tactics. We have to make sure when we're looking at Petr Yan, he comes from Tiger Muay Thai, has a great Tiger Muay Thai background, has good kicks, has solid boxing, good fundamental striking. But we have to talk about his clinch game as well. His clinch game is basically a thread describing his entire clinch game and how he works inside the clinch and how he exchanges off of the clinch. So how he gets the collar tie, how he works the collar tie, and how sometimes he initiates the clinch or the clinch is initiated on him and he still brings it. I want to make sure all this is good. I just want to make sure all this is running. So in his second fight in the UFC, Yan made an extensive use of his shifting with his rear hand, also clinching both defensively and offensively. So right here, he's clinching, putting his arm under, kind of holding the glove a little. He's just showing an example of how he tries to get that collar tie. And then right here he shows Petr likes to shift after his rear hand, particularly from orthodox. He usually does this to cover distance and get angles. So right here, covers distance, almost like a Dustin Poirier. This is almost exactly like a Dustin Poirier, where he shifts into the combinations, works the combinations. And not only does he work the combinations, but he makes these combinations. He switches stances while he's throwing the combinations. Right here he backs up Jin with the shift and attacks him with the body kick from his new southpaw stance. So we're going to watch it one more time. Right here, shift stance, body kick off of the shift stance. You want to make sure that if you're Deiveson Figueiredo, on both sides, if you're Deiveson Figueiredo, if you're Petr Yan, you have to maintain inside control. You cannot, I'm not talking about ground. I'm talking about inside the octagon. You have to be inside of this circle. You can't be on the outside of that black line. Right here says Son started trying to catch Yan during the entry, so he started using the shift as entries into the clinch, quickly blading his stance and hiding behind his lead shoulder while collapsing to the distance. Right here, you can see as he's shifting, his whole entire body's in it, in the shift rotating. Then he gets the clinch, breaks free. But the reason why he clinches is to avoid his exit. Right here, clinches. And then exits safely with his hands up, good high guard. Right here, this is still present risk. Shifting meaning squaring your stance and crossing your feet. And Son had success twice timing Yan on the entries with the stance. Right here. So it can lead him susceptible to get takedowns. We know Aljamain Sterling was able to get taken down like this. And this can lead him to get taken down. Very open, squared stance because of the shift. Yan made the adjustment quickly, pivoting with his new lead foot and using the whizzer available from Son's level change to shrug him off. Right here, they're hand fighting, hits him, breaks free easily. Perfect. Right here, when Sung agreed to back up, Yan displayed his combination boxing style, moving forward, mixing uppercuts and long hooks from both stances. Right here, pieces him up. This guy is laughing it off, but this guy just ate a big shot. And then right here, Yan also found success clinching in response to Son's entries, usually using his wide hooks while stepping deep to catch those collar ties from which he can pivot and dirty box. Right here, he's dirty boxing. Not afraid to strike inside the pocket as well. Striking gladly inside the pocket. Right here, His uppercuts from single collar tie are especially effective when he can land them on the counter from a deep slip or during combinations when changing grips. Right here he slips, nice little uppercut off the break. Perfect uppercut. Right here when they're inside the collar tie exchange. Inside the collar tie, grabs the collar tie. This guy's just eating punches. Perfect uppercuts. And then right here, the ability to grab clinches and immediately fire offense, be it reactively or proactively, means Yan usually has a great tool to control exchanges and pace a fight. It also means he can regain in the initiative quickly from the back foot pressuring. So he can regain the initiative rhythm from the back foot. So right here, he's trying to set the pace, set the tone. He does throw a little wild here and there, but he's probably one of the best boxers inside of the UFC. This is a great thread to go over. It is footwork, head movement, and comfort from different grips make Yan a potent clinch threat. He blends offense and defense and pushes opponents to make adjustments, and he strikes them in betweens. So this is a great thread because the way this guy is so articulate, the way this guy is describing these combinations to a T, he gets caught over the top, but that's because he likes to stay in the pocket. And then he breaks free. Yan's exit is so defensively sound, and his hands really high up. Nice little spinning elbow. His hands really high up lead him to maybe get open takedown, but in a striking battle, this is his bread and butter. Finally, I wanted to share this clip of Yan using his pre-established thread of shifting. Find a cool trip. I think he's done this same trip on Sean O'Malley. No, this is a completely different one. He always has beautiful trips. We saw John Jones get a nice trip in the first round on Stipe. Nice little trip right there. Explosive trip. Gets him almost a legal kick. Almost. Not quite though. Blocks it. Awesome thread. Let's go. And then right here, Petr Yan thread. Going over GIFs. And this is how he can get taken down. He has gotten taken down before. Or how he can take down Deiveson Figueiredo. We saw that sometimes his square hips can lead him to get taken down, but he has explosive takedowns himself. Right here, he has an explosive ground game, good elbows, good inside trips. I can't make this bigger screen, but against Jose Aldo, he can also mix in the clinch with a nice little spinning elbow that you know comes from hell. Right here against Jose Aldo, he's teeing off, grabs his foot, goes for a nice trip. Aldo has to give up. Aldo has to lay on his back, gets taken down. Against, I'm not sure who this guy is exactly, but we know Petr Yan just struck him out. Uriah Faber right here. Beautiful elbow. Explosive accuracy against Aljamain Sterling. We know Aljamain Sterling was able to win the rematch. Slammed him on his head. Below like Leon Edwards right here. Nice inside trip. His ground game is very good. Is his fight IQ going to do some mistake like that? Hopefully not. Good boxing. Spinning elbow. Beautiful. We saw that. Very good at closing distance as well. Nice head kick. I believe that's Jimmy Rivera. Gets dropped right there. And then we're going to look at Yan when he's changing and exchanging offensively and defensively. Striking thread. So against Cory Sandhagen, if you can successfully navigate positioning and predict their entries when your opponent sets their feet, it's after you set yours. It's your cue to step onto them. So we know a guy like Cory Sandhagen was giving this guy issues, going like this, having phenomenal footwork, giving this guy a bunch of issues. And how was Petr Yan able to get him down? He was able to wear him down over the course of 5 rounds. Petr Yan's trying to close distance. That jab was a little good probing out there. But Petr Yan's willing to eat one in order to give one. I know it's a little blurry. But we know that this was a very competitive fight. It's difficult to force a reset when your opponent is standing in front of you. You can use and curly tools such as throwaway setups, jabs, craft when you force them to set up back and maintain your pursuit. So the way he's able to chase down Cory Sandhagen. Cory Sandhagen has his hands down. Deiveson Figueiredo is not going to have his hands down like this. But we know that a guy like Petr Yan can do very good on the front foot. If not, he does excellent on the front foot. He does better on the front foot than he would on the back foot, in my opinion. Sometimes when you just continuously pressure him, Petr Yan doesn't do his best, like against Marab, against Aljo in the rematch. What ties together all of this, obviously, is his efficient footwork of his own, effective pressure decided by calculated lateral steps that establish your constant threats and lets you predict your opponent at best, and you control him like this. So he's able to control Cory Sandhagen's entire movement just by walking him down. He's walking him down, completely walking him down. Cory Sandhagen is forced to just try to make lateral movements, try to go one way and then forced to go the other way on the octagon. But Petr Yan has him controlled. He's walking him down. And that's something that I think Petr Yan is way better than Deiveson Figueiredo at just, we're going to get into Deiveson Figueiredo because Deiveson Figueiredo has a great walk down and then straight right hand, which is very good. But I think at controlling the pace, at controlling the cardio, at controlling the set, like slowing down the pace, I think Petr Yan is a little bit more efficient at that. Against Cory Sandhagen, he got Cory Sandhagen tired, and we know those body kicks added up on Cory Sandhagen. Now we're going to go into Deiveson Figueiredo. We know Deiveson Figueiredo has a great rear naked choke against Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt's trying to fight the rear naked choke. Trying to consistently fight the rear naked choke. He's forced to tap. Deiveson Figueiredo, black belt, and BJJ. Beautiful. We're going to talk about the exchanges. This is a nice little thread. Shout out to this guy as well. Follow him if you guys want more threads like this. Right here, Beltran versus Figueiredo. I wanted to mention how Deiveson Figueiredo tends to just walk his opponent down almost in a way where it's different. He walks him down like they both walk their opponents down, but they walk their opponents down very differently. He's walking his opponent down, hands down, brutal force, brutal uppercut, drops his opponent, walking his opponent down with brutal physicality and finishes his opponent. Beautiful finish. The way he's able to just walk his opponent down shows that it's relentless power that this guy has, and it translates to 135 as well. His power definitely translates. That uppercut is the money shot. Just need a little bit more punches just to finish the job. Sorry for the loud audio. But right here, I wanted to mention that this guy can be taken down as well. He's gotten suplexed before. We can definitely see some wrestling exchanges. Both of these guys are very explosive. And when they're just striking, you can mix in a nice little double leg takedown and take both of them down. But I want to mention that that doesn't mean it's over. This guy was still able to get a guillotine off of that. Shows how good Deiveson Figueiredo is. He attempted the guillotine. He wasn't able to complete it. My bad. But we know that Deiveson Figueiredo can get taken down if you class his hands. But Deiveson Figueiredo has great get-up game, and he was still able to win this fight by split decision. We have to mention right here how he won against Joseph Morales by TKO. Walking his opponent down, Looking for that explosive right hand. And I believe that's it. And that's it. And it's over. It's one and done. Deiveson Figueiredo has a shot power. John Morridge right here, opponent. Hits him right over the temple. Hurts him bad. Walks him down. And Deiveson Figueiredo is controlling the pace as well. So we'll see who gets to set the tone. Set to control the pace. We know Formiga was a very notable opponent at the time. He got taken down here. Formiga's trying to work. Takes him down. We could see positions like this where Petr Yan is taking down Deiveson Figueiredo. But we can also see positions where Deiveson Figueiredo gets the takedown. We see against Pantoja, he won against unanimous decision, but he also dropped him as well. So this is crazy considering that this guy's the flyweight champion right now. Drops him with a nice uppercut. His uppercut is one of the most powerful, best shot selections in his entire arsenal. The way he's able to do it on the back foot, moving forward, has a very good uppercut. Can definitely catch Petr Yan. This is against Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott was able to get taken down, but we know that Figgy's going to go for that guillotine. How many times have we seen this threat already and he's won for the guillotine? He's going to go for that guillotine instead of defending the takedowns because he knows that he can have that. Right here against Joseph Benavidez. Finishes him. We know Joseph Benavidez wasn't that good, though. I don't know why they fought twice. I don't know why they fought twice. They had to just kill him twice. They had to kill him twice. But this is... it happens, Joseph Benavidez. Right here, he fought 2 times in 1 month on a pay-per-view. 2 pay-per-views in 1 month, I believe. Or he just fought 2 times in 1 month. He gets taken down and spends a little bit of time on his back, but it's because he's willing to accept his time on the back. He goes for a crazy heel hook submission, I believe, trying to go for his knee, a knee bar. Gets the back taken. Alex Perez then falls his neck right into that guillotine, wraps his legs. As he wraps his legs, the guillotine choke is already in. Alex Perez tries to get up, tries to force this out, and you could tell that thing is deep. He has no choice but to tap. Beautiful guillotine against Brandon Moreno. Walks him down. Good front kick up the middle, but he can sometimes be a nut shot. If he is accurate, he is good. I wanted to show this because we know that Deiveson Figueiredo was a little bit on the wobbly side. This is when Deiveson Figueiredo was hurt against Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno hits him over the top. We can definitely see a position where Deiveson Figueiredo gets a little tired and he has his hands down and Petr Yan is just teeing off on him. And Deiveson Figueiredo is a little sloppier than he was at the beginning of the fight. Gets hit with a nice combo. Tries to go for a little sloppy takedown. And then now we're going into round 5. Beautiful combination from Brandon Moreno. Right here, how Brandon Moreno was able to get Deiveson Figueiredo down, take his back. We know Petr Yan is not known for taking the back like this. Maybe an Aljamain Sterling type is good. But Brandon Moreno was able to take his back, get a nice leg lock over his body, over his torso. Have good control, sink in a nice submission. If you want to get Deiveson Figueiredo out, I don't think knocking him out is likely unless you get him tired. Maybe submission if you want to get him really early. But Deiveson Figueiredo has very good calf kicks. We know he faced Brandon Moreno multiple times. Was able to win this fight, actually.
Guys, go.
And then I just wanted to see against Rob Font, where he hurt him. It's a snipe shot. It's almost like inevitable that he's going to hurt his opponent. I believe that's an uppercut. I believe that's like a sideways uppercut. His uppercuts are so devastating. The way he's able to manage distance and just sweep his uppercuts from hell. It's a beautiful shot. Beautiful shot selection. On Rob Font. Had no chance. And coming soon. So we're going to see how he does. We saw this exchange against Alex Perez, where he gets that nice guillotine choke. Very tight guillotine. And then we can see right here his signature goblin run punch. To the body and then right. That goblin punch, it's the goblin punch. Just walks you down, stalks you down, the goblin punch. That's it. It's done. One and done. The goblin punch. A different type of walk down. Petr Yan's almost like a methodical walk down. This guy's almost like I have all this power range. Oh, boom, boom, and like the bomb. Petr Yan's almost like a volume. Let me download data. Let me control the pace. So they both walk their opponents down. They both have the most success when they're walking their opponents down. But I think Deiveson Figueiredo can land some bombs. He can definitely land some bombs on Petr Yan. Definitely try to catch him as he's trying to shift combinations. And this is going to be a banger fight. Right here, this is just Deiveson Figueiredo just beating the absolute crap out of people. It's a little blurry. That's fine, though. Let me know what you guys think. This is going to be a great fight. I think this has potential to be fight of the year. I know there's a lot of crazy fights. Fight night of the year or a pretty decent fight card overall. I think this card is going to be early. I mean, obviously, it's going to be early, but I think this is going to be a great matchup. The matchmakers knew exactly what they're doing. I think this is a #1 contender fight. We know Umar's next, but we know Merab might not want to fight that soon, so you never know. These guys could jump the line, skip the line. Deiveson Figueiredo has a lot of options, a lot of arsenals in his tool. Could get a submission, nice little rear naked choke. Petr Yan could download data, maybe get a late round, 4th, 5th round TKO. It's going to be a great fight. I think this fight is going to be of absolute war. So stay tuned, watch this fight all, and try to stay awake. So let's go. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know who you guys got. Let's go. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get it. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the in-depth breakdown. Does Petr Yan win or does Deiveson Figueiredo win? I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's go.